Hi everyone, my name is Greg Ellis and welcome to Redskin Review. This is our second show for the 2013 football season. It's being taped on Wednesday, September 11th. In this show, we'll take a look back at the Redskins' 34-22 loss to Withrow in Week 2, and we'll look ahead to this week's game at Harrison. With me as always, Dan Alvarez, Coach Giesting. How you guys doing?
Great.
Dan and I were not the game coach, but John Raymond and my brother Brad filled in. I understand they
did a great job. Yes, they did.
Second game in a row, you've played an athletic, quick team, and we were there. But it looks like the offense showed a little bit of improvement this week.
They did. We were able to run the ball effectively, and then through a short passing game pretty well, which was good. I think we might have been. I think we were over 50% throwing the ball, which was good. We need to be at least that, and so yeah, that was good to see that. And, it was just a game of they made some plays when they had to, and especially at the end of the game, we couldn't get to stop when we needed to.
I was talking to John and my brother Brad. He said they had two big breakaway plays, but if you could limit those, it was really more competitive than you would think it would be. I mean,
we're winning 8-7 after the first quarter, and they hit us on a long pass, and then they answered our score in the second half of that long run.
Right.
And anytime you play a team like Withrow that's so explosive and so big and so fast, you try to limit those kind of things from happening, and unfortunately we couldn't get it done. And like I said, at the end of the game, we needed that one stop to try to get our offense a chance to come back, and we couldn't get them stopped, and they scored again. So that's how we ended up 12 points, because we were down a touchdown twice,
right.
and couldn't get the ball to take the lead.
Looks like Kevin Rogers had a nice game. He was 9 of 17, 144 yards, touchdown. Did he seem to have a little bit more time than he did the week before? Was the quickness a little bit different, or?
Well, some of it was different. We threw a little more quick game stuff, 3-step drop stuff, and, just so that you're not going to get pressure as much. You shouldn't anyway. And so that was part of it. And I just think he had a better ball game. He just was, had that first one under his belt, was more relaxed, and our receivers did a nice job getting open when they had to. I think the coaches had a good game plan. So, we're going to have to be able to throw effectively so people can't stack the box on us. And I think we did that enough. Withrow's hard to play against because they're big and physical, and they play straight man-to-man all the time. So, if their man's better than your man, it's hard to get open.
Right.
But we were able to do a few things against them, which was good. So, hopefully we can build on that as we go out to Harrison this week.
And I think another big thing too is you had 4 different receivers catch the passes, or you got more guys involved, which is a good sign. And we have to bring this up. Blake White, Denise, there he catches his first TD, puts you guys up 8-7. That's really ended up. Denise obviously put that on quickly on YouTube or something, so I got to see it. So really neat to see Blake score a touchdown.
Yeah, he did a nice job after he caught it too, and to run it in there. It was a play we'd run before last year at Loveland, and we were fortunate to make it work again for us. And Blake really stepped up from week 1 to week 2, which a lot of times sophomores will do. Because once they get that first game of varsity action underneath their belt, and they see what it's really like, and he had a nice ball game.
And you think those guys understand that too? Besides Blake, some of the other sophomores that might have been playing, that hey, we really gotta. It's not JV like you were saying last week.
Oh yeah, it's not, and they got to figure it out. And hopefully they continue to grow and develop and keep progressing as we want them to.
Another good sign was he had Rogers and Fasuda both had averaging over 4 yards a carry, and that was really nice. And Fasuda had 2 TDs, I believe.
Yeah, he really played hard. He ran the ball hard. He's about 175 pounds. He's not the biggest guy, but Austin really I think found something in himself too, is what it takes to really be a great varsity running back. And he really stepped that up too with his touchdowns, and was a very physical runner as well. And Kevin, is always runs the ball well for us.
You had Austin obviously scored that second touchdown in the fourth quarter. I think you guys that put you only down by 6, and you guys were right there in there. Can you see like the moment, just the confidence a little bit better with the team after what they did? Last week struggled a little bit.
Yeah, offensively they were excited, and the sidelines were excited, and it was a fun atmosphere, and the way it should be. And like I said, we had our chances, and Withrow, to their credit, was able to convert a huge third down. They made a great throw and catch on 3rd and 10. And, you know, I don't know if we could have got it anyway. I mean, he threw it up in the air. And the kid was probably 6'3", 6'4", when I just got it. You know, it was a great play by them. But we helped them out a little bit. We jumped, I think it was 2nd and 18, jumped off sides, gave him 5. And if we could have kept him in that long yardage situation, it would have been nice to see what happens. But, you know, they've, you know, Withrow's 2-0, and they play a really good Centerville team this week. That'll be an interesting matchup to see how that goes. And, you know, Coach Place he's a class act. He's a great guy. Been around the block a few times, and, you know, he knows what it's about, and he's got a good staff. Steve Sheehan, the old Cape coach, is his offensive coordinator, and, you know, they were very complimentary to us and so forth, but it doesn't take the sting away that we didn't win.
Right.
And, you know, it's, we knew those 2 games were going to be tough games, and, you know, we had to play pretty much mistake-free football, and we still haven't done that.
Right.
You know, we had a huge turnover in special teams the other night after they took the lead 15-8 after they scored in the 2nd quarter. We fumbled the kickoff. Well, they got the ball right there, and they took it in and scored, and that's why it's 22-8 at the half. And so I challenged them a little bit to come out and play hard the second half, and they did. They all responded to that, played hard, and we did a lot of good things. And like I said, I hope we can carry that over.
Faced a good quarterback. If I remember correctly, Bland was good the last couple of years against us. But we picked off 3 passes. I mean, they picked up some yards passing, but we did have 3 interceptions by 3 different guys.
Yeah. Josh Carell had one. TJ, I guess, had one. TJ Turner and Frankie Jones had one as well. So, yeah, that was good. They were back in their zones where they're supposed to be. And, you know, they made – Josh's was really a nice play. It was overthrown through everybody. He went back, caught over his shoulder. Did a nice job on that. And, you know, we're still not getting the fumbles when they're on the ground. But, you know, to get 3 turnovers is a plus. Unfortunately, we gave them one. And, you know, the other, I think, really positive thing about it from the offensive side, we only had 1 penalty on offense.
That's great.
Wow. That was really good, and that's going to help us. We stayed on schedule more often than we did in the first game. And, you know, we talked about that we needed to do that, and that was one thing I was really happy with offensively, is only getting that 1 penalty. The opposite of that, we had 6 of them on defense, which, you know, and 4 of them just jumping. We've got to watch the ball. I mean, you're playing defensive line. It's not that hard. You see the ball move, you move. Otherwise, you don't.
Well, what I mean, I've always wondered that too, because I mean, I would think the same thing. You're watching a ball. Why is it just the good cadence from the quarterback? What is it that they do?
I think it's a lapse of concentration. Really? They're anxious. They want to do so well, and you know, they just you know, lose that focus for a little bit on what they need to be doing, and you know, jump off sides. So that's 20 yards we gave them right there.
Right.
You know, and then we had a defensive holding call in the secondary down by the goal line. It was a good call. He was holding good. You know, you don't want to give them those easy ones jumping off sides.
The running back for Withrow, Peyton, he had 176 yards, but 69 of them on that long touchdown run.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then I was looking at the stats. The quarterback had 12 carries for 3 yards. So it's not as gloom and doom as you would think when you look at the stats.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback, he really didn't hurt us running the football much. He had one good play down, kept the drive alive. I think it was before their last touchdown. They ran a boot, and we just couldn't quite get to him before he picked up, you know, the yardage he needed for the first down. That was his biggest run of the night. You know, we had a couple sacks, which contributed to his yardage being lower. And the other, you know, Peyton is just a great running back. He hits his stride, and he's fast. And you know, we don't play against guys like that every week. And there's a few of them in our league here and there every now and then, but not consistently. And you know, we were close on the long run. When you watch the film, we overscraped a little bit to the outside, which opened up the hole. And Evan got caught up just a hair and just missed him by a little bit. And Josh just missed him by about a yard or so. So we were on the right track, but it was just a different speed that, you know, that if you make one mistake like that, you know, your run fit doesn't work out as well as you want.
Withrow's going to be in our league next year. Is Peyton a senior? I hope he is.
Yeah, he's a senior. He's a senior.
The other thing about the game, I was looking at the stats. The time of possession, of course, favored Withrow big time. I imagine the defense is pretty gassed as you get deeper into the game.
We didn't do too bad, really. We were a little bit tired, but not terribly It wasn't terrible. They had the one drive in the fourth quarter where they had about 6 minutes and took some time off the clock. And that was a great drive by them to take it down and get that winning, that last touchdown.
Yeah.
So we were getting a little bit tired there, but otherwise we were okay.
One of the things I know I'd like to talk about is there was a big momentum play, obviously, was the play that you had Dylan Smith, I guess, as a quarterback, or he threw the pass to Kevin Rogers, just missed him, I guess.
Well, actually, Kevin his arm was hurting him a couple days last week, so he couldn't really throw, so we were just messing around and putting him at tight end. And we had him, and Dylan just overthrew him a little bit. And, I don't know that it's anything we'll ever go back to. We might, but, Kevin's a big target that can run, and so we'll just have to see how it all develops. We had our chance there. We got him on a couple things, that helped us, and that would have been a great play to get, but we couldn't quite execute.
And speaking of Dylan, he also punted and
Yes, he
did something. I had a couple nice punts, and it's always, in years past you've had field goal kickers or somebody that gave you some great field position. It's really nice to have someone that can kick the ball as well as he can.
Oh, he does. Dylan does real well with both things. I mean, Ryan McClellan's our regular kicker, and he had actually has got a thigh bruise. And I don't know if he'll be around this week to kick either.
Oh, really?
I don't think he will. But Dylan handled it well, and A.J. Penley, our other kicker, was out as well.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of hurt us a little bit. A.J. also starts on offense at our A position, but so for Dylan to come in and do the job he did, punting and kicking, was really, really, really good to see.
Were there any injuries that came out of this game?
Not really, no. Not out of the game. I don't think so. We had a couple guys banged up in practice, but no, he's okay. I think everybody's okay. Good. Good.
Players of the week, offense, defense, special teams?
Offensively, it was Andrew Knieven. He's senior, plays left guard for us. And he made a tremendous jump from week 1 to week 2. He didn't really play offensive line last year as a junior. He played more of a tight end position. Every now and then he'd be in there. But he really stepped his game up. Coach Stanier kind of challenged him a little bit. He responded, and he's a really good week this week. And it was really neat to see him step up and do such a nice job, blocking for us and really finding out and pushing himself to get where he should be. So that was good. Defensively, we gave it to Frankie Jones for his interception. And he had the first, I think, interception of the game, his first varsity interception. And Frankie's not the biggest guy in the world, but he'll stick his nose in there against anybody. And we were doing board drills the other day, and Frankie wanted Kevin, so Kevin's up here and Frankie was down here.
That's funny.
It was good to see, but he's a tough guy, a wrestler, and he's doing a really nice job for us at one of our DBs. And then special teams was Dylan for the job he did, stepping in, being both kicker and punter. The week before, Dylan was our snapper.
Oh, wow.
When Kevin was punting against Mount Healthy, because Jared Forbes was out of the game as our regular snapper, so we had to pick Dylan to snap. Yeah. So then Forbes was back this week, so we were able to have Dylan punt.
Totally shuffled everything around.
Yeah. Dylan can do. He's our special teams
guru,
or tool that can do everything.
Yeah. That's good.
That was good.
The JV and freshman teams, they play this week?
Yeah, freshmen got beat 32-0. Withrow's got a really good group at that level. JV lost a typical JV game. I think it was 20-14. We had the ball right down there at the end. Couldn't get it in. So JV's lost 2 tough ball games that they easily could be 2-0, but they haven't been able to make the plays. Against Mount Healthy, they had the ball on the 5-yard line one time, didn't score. So, they're a good group. The sophomores are working hard. So that's all you can ask. And I think freshmen are 1-1 now. So we'll see how it goes this week.
Do you sit and watch some of those games or try to get to those games?
I usually don't get to them if they're on the road, so I haven't seen them. But I saw the Mount Healthy game because Denise was actually there and videoed it. I had that. I have not seen the Withrow JV game.
Do you try, as a coach, do you sometimes try to go down just to see what, either that you can bring anybody up or watch? How do you kind of base that? Or
we'll try. Like when they're at home this week, we'll get out and watch some of it and see some of those games. Probably watch more of the freshman game just because it's at noon and varsity guys will be pretty much done in the morning.
Done.
And we'll go out and watch some of the freshman game. But yeah, we always try to see what's going on. Not so much to see who we can move up or anything, but
Nothing like that, just to.
just to see who's playing hard and who's doing a good job, and who might maybe by the end of the year
Right.
be ready to help us.
Okay, so we move to week 3, and we go on the road to play one of our old-time rivals from the previous Lake Harrison. We've had some classic matchups with them over the years.
Yeah, we have.
Another tough non-league opponent.
Yeah, they're good. They're 1-1. They beat East Central week 1 and lost to Oak Hills last week. But yeah, we've had great games with Harrison over the years. Playoff implications a lot of times, because it seemed like we always played them late in the year.
It was always like the 9th or 10th game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So now we got them week 3, and we get to go out there, one of our 2 games on grass this year. And, that's a different thing. We practiced yesterday on the grass. And,
The old practice field, is that where you go? Really?
Yeah, I'm glad we did. It was just, the turf was really hot yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet it was.
So we were on the turf today, and it was a little better. There was some wind blowing, but yesterday it was hot. So they did okay. You just got to slow things down. But you go out to Harrison, and their fans are excited, and they got a nice field, and good bleachers on both sides, and plenty of room for
Got some good food. Got some good food there too.
the 2 press boxes.
Yeah.
So you guys are set. You don't
They
have to worry
do.
about anything. Good food. Yeah. And the airport's right there, so plenty.
Yeah, no kidding.
But they got a nice team. And Kent does a good job with them. They're young too, and their quarterback makes them go.
That's what I was just getting ready to ask you, is that I've noticed that their quarterback is really good, and I think they've got a couple guys that go in and out at running back. I think a couple young kids, couple juniors, I thought.
I think the main running back's a senior.
Is he?
But their quarterback's a junior, and
Yeah.
he's a good athlete. About 5'11", 190, and he runs really well. They run a lot of zone read, and they got enough size up front that they're getting some push, and they do a good job. They do a good job.
Is it a typical Harrison offense like it has been in years past? Has it changed much? Is it pretty much stayed the same since Kent? I think is it Kent and Cole have been there? Is it pretty much been the
It's
same?
really a little different. 2 years ago they ran more gap schemes, blocking down and pulling guys, and now they're more zone based blocking schemes. Some of their routes they still run a flood concept. Harrison's been famous for years for the different ways they run a waggle pass or flood. Some of those things are the same, but they're a little different flavor on offense. I think they want to run the ball, but they're very capable of throwing it as well.
And what about defensively? They pretty much the same defensively too as well?
He's actually switched defenses
Really?
too. He was an even front a couple years ago, and now he's in an odd front. 3-4, 5-2 alignment. He's got a really good safety. Comes downhill really quickly. Kind of like Josh Carell, just not quite as big as Josh. His linebackers are pretty physical and good at filling the hole, stopping the run. He's got enough size, and big guys up front to beat up blockers. So they're solid on defense. And, they're similar to us, I think. And there's no real superstars, but just a bunch of kids that working hard and playing well together.
Are they Division II?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe, wasn't it 2 years ago when we played them, we both were fighting for the playoffs.
Yeah.
They made it, we didn't.
Right.
And then last year they did not make it. I don't think they were ranked at 4-6 last year, I think, weren't they? Is that correct? Or?
I don't remember what they were, but yeah, 2 years ago, if we had beat them, we would have got in, and they had to beat us to get in the playoffs, and then it was a pretty good ball game.
Yeah,
they
it
had a
was.
nice team. The next week they played, I can't remember.
And they won, didn't they? Or they
might have played Trotwood really tough this next week. I'm not sure, but they had a nice team, and it's always it's a long ride, but I don't mind going out there, and they treat you very well, and it's just a good high school football experience.
just if you get a chance, get the walking tacos. Those are good.
Okay. We'll work on that. I have all the time in the world.
Yeah, I know you do. Just talk a little bit about the keys of the game. Just, obviously turnovers is going to be a big issue, and penalties as always.
Always. We've struggled with that, taking care of the football on offense. Last week we did okay with it. If we can continue to do that and take care of the ball, we won't put our defense in bad positions. From the defensive point of view, I think we need to obviously not let them have any big, I call them explosive plays like the last 2 weeks we've had with Withrow. And you know, they're capable of that, but they don't have that guy that just, you know, is faster than our guys. Our guy, you know, it's
Right.
we're the same guys they got.
Right.
And so hopefully we do that and can contain their quarterback. He's the key. He's the guy that, you know, if you don't do a good job on him, he's going to end up the night throwing for 100 yards and running for 100 yards.
Right.
The running back's still a nice player. He's capable of being a 100-yard rusher as well. But I think their whole offense starts through their quarterback, and we have to do a really good job there. And then, you know, offensively, get back to the offense, I think we need to continue to be able to run the football effectively. Hopefully, you know, Austin and Kevin can you know, rip off some long runs for us here and there, and we can throw enough effectively to gain some yardage. And in the kicking game, we, you know, no major mistakes. You know, like I said, we had a turnover in the kicking game last week. Other than that, we did okay in the kicking game. Didn't get any punts blocked, you know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, hopefully we can be solid in those phases and get our first win.
Yeah, so again, we want everyone out there to let them know about the Anderson Football Alumni Association. Again, it's been progressing each year. It's gotten a lot better. We obviously had a great turnout again for our golf outing, but I know we have people listening to the games, and they love checking in and seeing what's going on. And we've been trying to update the website a little bit more often as we can. I know I've been trying to put some previews on there each week. So again, if you want any information about that, you can contact Coach Giesting, John Raymond, or myself. We really need to try to get more people to try to sign up for that, to get more people. We've been kind of stagnant there for a little bit. We were hoping that at the golf outing we'd get a little bit more people to do that, but we have not. So again, you can go to hsfaa.com, look on there, and you can you know, figure out how to sign up. If not, again, just reach out to one of us. But it really has been progressing each year.
It gets better. I mean, all the time. I mean, and still I see guys that, you know, talked to Dale Adams the other week. He's always, you know, asking about the team, or Nate Cosman, or, you know, Jason Bell was very helpful to one of our kids the other week that was injured, helped us out a little bit. And so those guys are always around, they're always supporting, and you know, Anderson football is a big part of their life, and you know, we're proud to represent them, and I know they're always supporting us. So yeah, I mean, get involved, and said all the guys are welcome. Come up, see what's going on, watch practice, come see the weight room, you know, anything.
And like you said, it's kind of scary. You're getting the second generation.
Yeah,
it's coming along now.
Yeah.
I know Nate Cosman's got a boy coming up, and
he's in 8th grade. And Steve Buckley's got a boy as a freshman, so
scary.
It's
How about that?
Yeah.
It's good to wrap it up. Do we have airtime, Jeff?
No, we do not.
Okay. But you can check the scroll on the Anderson Community Television, the schedules, and you can find the games. I think it's shown like 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, a couple times.
And if you can't make a game, as we always say, you can listen to it live on usbnsports.com. That's Dan's website, and we do all the games live, and we love hearing the folks who are listening to us, and parents out of town, grandparents, alumni, things like that. Dan was listening to it in Illinois last week.
I literally sat, and those guys did a great job, by the way. John and Brad also did a great job, but I actually was sitting there in BW3s with my phone up to my ear listening to the game, and I just throw my hands up in the air, scream, you know, do whatever, and everybody, I had somebody sitting right by my phone just listening to the game, so it was kind of cool. It was actually Glenn Perry. Is it Glenn? Is that what his name is?
Yeah, Glenn Perry.
He was there too with us, so he was kind of checking in, trying to find the game. So it was really neat to be on the other end of it, to listen to the broadcast, and then of course John and Brad kind of slamming you and I, you know. So that was
somebody should.
But no, again, great job for John and Brad. They did a great job filling in.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's thank everybody who makes all our broadcasts possible. John, who does everything from announcing to filming to everything he does for us. And Brad, thanks for Brad filming in for us. I was actually at the Reds game watching the Magnificent 8 come back for the Reds.
That's neat. That was a neat thing.
Thanks to Steve Martin for showing up every week and doing the stats. Tim doing the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot to ask somebody to stand there for all the whole game filming everything.
Yep.
Tim does it every week, and Denise's wife for all her help, and of course the guys up here at the station, Andy and Shane, they help us out a lot. So we do appreciate it. And last but not least, the football moms.
Absolutely. Lori Lackner helping out. She just got me my senior player profile, so we'll start shooting those out again here. And then the only bone I have to pick is Denise had. I heard she had some awesome munchies for the boys.
That's right.
Yeah, so we'll have to talk to Denise about that one. I'm a little disappointed that I heard it was Jersey Mike's is what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Unbelievable.
And it was good.
It was good. All right, so the Redskins will play at Harrison this week and get week 3. Good luck to you, Coach.
Thanks.
For Dan Albers and Jeff Giesting, I'm Greg Ellis. Thanks for joining us on Redskin Review.